It didn't make sense.
What issues in the world, being that this is a college show, what issues right now going on in the world, any issues, do you feel, does Mix-a-Lot feel the most passionate about?
Oh man, well obviously you just heard one, was
Yeah.
the music business thing, but and I don't know when this is going to air, but this whole situation with Iraq and more. See, it's funny because what scares me even more so than Iraq is North Korea.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this for the longest. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, North Korea recently said even if we have an embargo against them, they'll consider that an act of war and strike first. How do we ignore this guy and pay attention to Saddam? North Korea's gone nuts, dude. I mean, they just tested a missile in the Japan Sea, dude. Man, I mean that scares the hell out of me. And another thing that scares the hell out of me, and I just got to be honest. See, I'm not left wing or right.
Sure.
And that's rare. You don't see too many black people say they're always Democrat. Not me. I'm not brainwashed by either party. Right. I think the two-party system sucks, to be honest with you. Okay. You should vote for the man, not the party. Right. But I think what's also bad is George Bush's rhetoric, man. Because as a man, and I realize this because I've toured, I've been out of the country, I've talked to other people. We have a tendency, we don't even see our own arrogance. Sometimes we talk to people in a way that you kind of make them feel beneath you. And America has this habit, worship us or die. Live our way or we'll destroy your society. If we go to war with you, when we get done, we'll put in our type of politics. People will run for office. People do this, and you'll worship this white Jesus over here. It's subtle. It sounds stupid to the average American, but put yourself in something. What if somebody came to America? I'll give you an example. Living here in America, and say we did something wrong. I don't know, Bay of Pigs type thing. We did something to offend somebody. And that somebody was more powerful than us. And they came to our country, and they took California and New York and put a line all the way down the east and west coast and called that a no-fly zone, and said under no circumstances can you fly from Idaho over to the west coast. We can't imagine that. That's sick. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it to Iraq, because Iraq deserves it. We should have took Saddam out a long time ago. But sometimes our arrogance, we don't understand what we do to a race of people or a country when we go in and just totally degrade, destroy, demoralize a society and then say we're going to rebuild it in our likeness. It's almost like we think we're God. That's scary. And it ain't got nothing to do with no left wing, right wing, because there's things I hate about the other side too. But I mean, right now that's stressing me out. It's like North Korea is like asking to have their asses kicked. Yeah. Really, I mean, think about it. They're like, hey, mess with us, and we're just not even paying attention. And don't get me wrong, I think we got to do something about Saddam, but better worry about North Korea pretty quick, because they're crazy enough to strike first.
On your new album, Daddy's Home, what's going to be the flavor on that? You always come with a bunch of versatile subjects. For the year 2003, the new millennium, what's some of the subjects you're going to touch on? Is it going to be anything more a serious side, or more on the same of the balling, or what's the flavor?
This album is, I'm trying to describe it correctly because everybody says the same thing. This album is better than all my other albums. It is better than all my other records, but unlike most artists, I can probably tell you why. First of all, production-wise, I went nuts on production.
Is Eugenius still there?
No, he's not. No, Eugenius was going to be on the record, but by the time he got his beats in, we were done. But what I did production-wise was I stepped up, and I went out and spent $300,000 or $400,000 rebuilding my studio before I started the album. And I really went and took my time. I worked on this record for 3 years. And when you listen to it, the first thing you're going to notice is it sounds like 8-9 producers when most of it's me. And I use Strange, who's producing a lot of the E-Dog stuff right now. And I got a lot of different production. Subject matter, I'm all over the place. But I'm all over the place, but I have more consistency. In other words, there's some ideals. There's some things I'm trying to bring home. Okay. It's somewhat anti... I don't want to say... Not really anti-establishment. That's a little broad, but it's kind of anti-big boy. It's not It's not the old Mix-a-Lot. It's not, I got a Lamborghini, I'm richer than you, I play in front of arenas and with a bunch of naked hoes. That's not there anymore. That's not there. What I'm talking about now is the dirty clubs and getting down personal, shaking hands, meeting people, stage diving, and kicking it with my people. I'm getting it back to what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Music, especially rap music, is no longer about fans. Think about it. Watch a rap video now. All it is I'm gonna show you my platinum chain, my platinum. It's all about blinging and flossing, and it's almost like in a subtle way you're putting your fans down. You're talking down to them, and that's not what rap was about. And I'm not trying to knock it because I'm one of the ones responsible for doing that. I mean, I did it way back, but I was like odd. I was, you had Public Enemy, NWA. So when I did it, it was a joke. But now these cats are serious. They seriously want to show you the Hummer. They seriously want to show you the Escalade. And they seriously want to put you down for not having one. And to me, that's not what it's about. So this record, I brought a lot of that home. I finally, because I never have, talked about where I come from. Not just what city. I mean, how I grew up. You know, what projects I lived in. How I got out of them. The dirt I've done. And the legit stuff I've done, the struggle. And I usually don't like that subject matter because everybody else uses it. But I figured I'd do that. I got that off my chest. And if you listen to it, you might not like song 1, but you'll love song 2. You might not like song 2, but you like song 3 because none of them sound alike. Okay. And there's really, I went nuts on this album. I had fun with it. My last 2 albums, I didn't have fun with them. Return of the Bumposaurus, I was pissed off.
Why?
Just because of what I had been through in the game. And what I had been through in the business. This business has no love for you. And none of us seem to realize that until we hit the ripcord and the parachute's bringing us back down to earth. Then we go, oh shit, he don't love me. The record label doesn't love me. Wait, what's going on? So I was a little frustrated. Now I just see it for what it is. The record business is, I love music, but I hate the business. And if you keep that mindset, you can make money in this game. When you fall in love with the business, when you like the art of the deal, when you like to, and I've done it, when you sit around and call money monies and eat little bean sprouts and soufflés and you write big checks, when you get addicted to that, that's when you're over with. Because you're forgetting what it's all about. That's why do you think record companies are dying? Record companies are dying because a record label, if you put out a new record through Warner Brothers, whoever, they're more into promoting the record inside the business than they are getting it to the fan. You think I'm lying? Go to any record label right now, do an interview with them and say, well, how do you set a record up? What should they tell you? Well, you hit the trade magazines, and then you want to hit the radio guys. Well, these are guys, basically what you're saying is, Mr. Radio Man, I'm giving you the power to destroy my record. Well, it used to be about getting to the fans. It used to be TV commercials. It used to be billboards. Reach the people and bypass all this bullshit. But nobody seems to understand that anymore. That's why I know I can move units. I'm not even worried about it.
Nasty Ness.
Nasty Ness.
Yeah. I guess we could say the fall of Nasty Mix. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What happened there? I mean, it was Sir Mix-a-Lot, Criminal Nation, High Performance, I believe a group named Kid Sensation, a group named The Accused, I believe.
Yep.
What happened with Nasty Mix?
Well, Nasty Mix, just to give everybody a little history, was an idea that Ed Lock, who ran Nasty Mix, Nasty Ness and Mix-a-Lot had. That's where the name Nasty Mix comes from. We started it out. We did this little square dance rap single. Sold about 50,000 units. Nobody got paid. We left the money in the company, and we tried to turn it into something, which we did. We gave birth to the Swass album, Posse on Broadway. We shot the little video, and of course I'm skimming. The record took off. Everybody got rich. Well, Ed got rich. I'm not saying Ed ripped me off, but he got rich. I made okay money. Well, as time went on, the company grew more impersonal. It like I was saying earlier, it turned into the art of the deal. It turned into the business. You'd go in. Now, keep in mind, I'm the main reason this label blew up. I went into the label. I couldn't go back and talk to Ed anymore. I had to stand at the front and the secretaries had to go back and let him know I was there. All of a sudden, everybody had to wear suits and ties, and I'm like, whoa.